In recent years, Elon Musk and SpaceX's plans to send humans to Mars have occupied the agenda. But how realistic are these projects? Will SpaceX's Starship rocket be able to carry humans to Mars? According to Musk's vision, building a city on Mars is no longer science fiction. It could be part of our future plans. Hello, and welcome to one of the greatest adventures of the future. Today we are discussing with you a major issue in which mankind is one step closer to realizing a dream: the establishment of a colony on Mars. How possible is it to live on the surface of the red planet, 225 million kilometers from Earth? Who will be the first Mars settlers to realize this dream? The idea of a manned settlement on Mars is not new. For years, scientists, space agencies, and visionary entrepreneurs have been making bold plans for life on Mars. Since the 1950s, science fiction writers and visionary scientists have proposed the idea of colonizing Mars. In the late 20th century, NASA and other space agencies began making serious plans for a human mission to Mars. Visionary leaders like Elon Musk have taken concrete steps to realize this dream with companies like SpaceX. While Mars has some Earth-like characteristics, it is an extremely challenging place for life. The atmosphere on Mars is very different from that on Earth, and is almost entirely made up of carbon dioxide. So, it is impossible to breathe there. The average temperature is around minus 63 degrees Celsius, and night temperatures can drop to minus 100 degrees Celsius. Since Mars has no magnetic field, we may be exposed to much more cosmic radiation than on Earth. There are water glaciers on Mars, but they are not yet easily accessible. Survival without water is impossible. So, who will be the first people to go to Mars? Space agencies and private companies plan to select people with certain criteria to live and work on Mars. Specialized people who can withstand space travel and adapt to the harsh conditions of Mars. People who will build and maintain the infrastructure of the colony. Experts who will research the effects of living on Mars on humans and manage the colony's health system. These people are planned to be the first to be selected for the colony. The first settlements on Mars will most likely be established as scientific research centers. Just like the bases in Antarctica, the first colonies will be more experimental and exploratory. In the long term, however, the goal is to build permanent cities on Mars and create a self-sufficient civilization. For this to happen, energy production, water purification systems, and technologies that can utilize Martian resources must be developed. If these steps are taken successfully, a permanent human settlement on Mars may be possible. To live on Mars, humans will need to produce their own food. But is it possible to farm on Mars? Research so far shows that Martian soil is not very suitable for plants on Earth. However, NASA and other scientists are working on methods of growing plants with special greenhouse systems. It may be possible to grow plants on Mars using hydroponic, soilless agriculture, and aeroponic systems. Given the challenges on Mars, such as low gravity and radiation, special solutions need to be developed for this process to be successful. Can a colony on Mars be completely independent? In the early stages, the Mars colony will be largely dependent on Earth. Food, equipment, and technological support will be sent from Earth. However, in the long term, the aim is to create a society on Mars that can produce its own energy, process its resources, and be self-sufficient. If this happens, the Martian colony could become a civilization that can act independently of Earth. In the future, Martians may even create a completely new society by developing a culture and management system of their own. Do you think it will really be possible to establish life on Mars? If given the chance to be the first Mars settler, would you consider going? Share your ideas with us in the comments. See you in the next video.